The Houston Museum of Natural Science offers educational fun for the whole family, but few events are as hands-on as Fossil Wash Day.
So we have a dig that we run in north central Texas in Baylor County, and it's Permian of age. So normally we find things like Dimetrodon, and we find Uriops and all sorts of other Permian animals. And today what we're doing is we're going through the dirt that we collect around these specimens. So some of these were taken out as bulk specimens, and some of them were taken out as the matrix that was surrounding specimens that we excavated. Now you're probably thinking, oh, why in the world would you do that? Well, one of the reasons why we're doing that is we like to clean dirt, but also, so it's not obsessive compulsive, but it's also what we really want to do is we're not just interested in the apex predators. As a paleontologist, of course, what you're interested in is any trace of past prehistoric life, any trace. So we're interested in the small things too. So to give you an idea of the scale, here's many of the things that we're looking at here. We're running everything through basically 1 millimeter mesh, and we want to know, we get fish scales, we get shark teeth, we get amphibian teeth, we get reptile teeth, we get little fragments of skull, we get tiny little leg bones, things like that. So our main goal is, of course, to reconstruct the entire ecosystem. So not just the apex predator part of that ecosystem, but everything else that made up of the biota of that time, of Texas of 283 to 287 million years ago. Generally, the areas where we dig this stuff up they've been in a horrible drought. They really are hard pressed for water. So a lot of times we do minimal washing when we're up there, minimal washing. So if there's something that we really have to do, a lot of matrix that we do, it's better to bring it back here to Houston where water is relatively plentiful. And so we can do that and, try not to waste too much water, but at the same time, get done what we need to get done. It does kind of tie into STEM curricula. I mean, this thing is really hands-on. And one of the things, of course, with that is you use cutting-edge technologies, new technologies, and something that we started doing at the museum is rather than doing traditional molding and casting of some of our fossils, we've actually started scanning and 3D printing. So what I'm holding here is a scanned 3D printed copy of a fossil that we have at the museum that we excavated from this site that's called a Diplocaulus. And we've actually had people here today that have found pieces of this species of animal, not this particular one. One of the things that's great about paleontology rather, and that's also true in astronomy and archaeology as well, people hear about citizen science. Well, those particular fields, as well as some other ones in biology, are areas that people can actually can and do make major contributions. So there's so much of this dirt, there's so much digging that has to be done, there's so much labor that goes into this. Really, if you didn't have volunteers, you probably couldn't afford to do it. So it's just so much labor. And the labor, of course, most of our excavation is done not with picks, not with shovels. It's done with things like pin vices and needle tools and paint brushes. And if you think about that, if you had to pay somebody to work 60, 80 hours a week digging up a small 1 foot by 1 foot area with a tiny needle, it adds up. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people that are very interested in this, they're very passionate about it, and of course this event, we love to get the children out here because it's a way that they can actually do real paleontology, they can be exposed to real fossils, they can be exposed to real science. So this is something that, if the citizens of Sugar Land and the surrounding area weren't helping me with this, I would have museum interns that would be doing this as well, and we do all year long. But this is an opportunity for other people to come out and give us a hand. And also, it's a lot of fun for kids to get muddy and wet. I mean, who wouldn't want to get muddy and wet? Come on, I know you want to get muddy and wet.
For more information on upcoming events, go online to hmns.org. For day trips,
if there was nobody here, you'd be here getting muddy and wet.
This is Randall Williams.